Why is football ignoring the Man City accusations? Let's get into it. Hello, welcome to Me Edson. I hope you're well. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notifications bell for future videos. So this is a very quick video. It's a short, if you will. It's why are the football authorities, why are they taking so long to investigate and punish Manchester City for all their infringements, whereas the likes of Everton and maybe Nottingham Forest have been penalised. Certainly Everton with dramatic effect, and they've been really struggling to regain ground. The likes of Newcastle having to sell players just to be able to match up to FFP. FFP seems to be in favour of the rich clubs because they can still spend the same percentage, but because their income is so much more, they can spend a lot more on players and on transfers and things like that. That's why Newcastle, whilst they got the backing of, the very rich owners, of course, they're stifled in what they can spend. So it's all in favour of the big teams. Now, when the big teams, or the richest clubs, seem to spend or make big infringements, whatever they are, then all of a sudden they seem to have the power, the legal power, because they've got the money to pay for all that, to launch a big defence. So it seems to be there seems to be something quite wrong here, where Manchester City seem to have 112, 115 accusations, infringements they're alleged to have committed, but nothing seems to be being done about it. And I'm sure there is, but in the background, I'm sure a lot of work is going on. But here is the problem. The football authorities are trying to attack this in one big hit. 112, 115 infringements. So they seem to be doing it all at once. Whereas if they broke it down into bite-sized chunks or tackled it one by one, so then they'd get a resolution really, really quickly. So they can say, no, we're just doing these 10 infringements. We're very similar throughout the years, whatever it is. That's it. We're going to charge you with, we're going to fine you £20 million, and we're going to deduct you 15 points or something like that. So then you hit that in one big gulp. But the problem is that if you just bite-size it, everything, or go for individual investigations, then that's going to be a hefty burden on the football authorities to pay for that. So maybe they just can't afford to launch this big investigation or separate this investigation, where maybe that's what it really requires. It seems to me that the likes of Everton have been harshly penalised or rightly penalised, but they seem to be penalised a lot quicker than Man City have done. In fact, Man City seems to be delaying this. They're wrapping this up in all red tape. So it could take years and years, and maybe nothing will ever happen. The problem here is that the football authority have just put all their eggs in one basket, as opposed to just trying to separate it. Now, it could be that they try and separate it, and then they add, let's say, 10-15 point deduction for each block of infringement. So you could have like an American sentencing system where you could end up with 500-point deduction or something like that, which is absolutely ludicrous. You can't deduct that much. Now some would say, well, actually, if they've committed all these crimes, this is what they deserve. They're footballing crimes, financial crimes, I should say. Maybe that's the wrong word, but then maybe actually that's what should happen, so they are knocked down a few pegs. And this is kind of what happened to Rangers in Scotland a few years ago, where they had to go all the way back down to the lower leagues and then make their way back, and now they're right at the top of the game, in the Scottish Premier League as well. So maybe this is what needs to happen. But just going in at one big investigation doesn't seem to be working. It's taking too long. So there needs to be clarity. There needs to be some kind of resolution, a quick resolution. And they need to be able to knock these one by one. And so, say, right, start imposing fines, start imposing big point deductions for these teams that really just, they play the system too much. Let us know your thoughts here. Why is the football authorities, why are they taking so slow in this investigation? Why have they chosen to take this tactic in terms of the investigation process? And why don't they just piecemeal it a little bit or break it down a little bit and just impose point deductions? And how far back do they go? Do they start taking away championships from Man City? Do they start taking away cup results? Certainly domestic cups. You could argue that, if they've been deducted all these points in previous years, they wouldn't have won the league. Therefore, they wouldn't have gone on to win the Champions League last season as well. So what is the knock-on effect? It could be huge. Now, this has happened in other countries, like Serie A, with certain teams. Juventus have been penalised as well. So big teams can be penalised. So it just seems as if they're playing a bit scared here with Man City, when really they should be going after them, or at least getting a resolution on the investigation and say, well, okay, we've proven they're innocent to that point, those few accusations, therefore let's go on to the next ones. But we still got now, was it 112, 115 accusations to be dealt with, and they're not being dealt with. So what's happening? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notifications bell for all future videos. And we'll catch you again on another video coming very soon. Bye now.